of all you got, every single drop of all you got, every single bit of all you have, every single bit of all you have. It's come to this, it's come to this, no other way, no other way. Every single drop of all you got, every single drop of all you got, every single bit of all you have, every single bit of all you have makes the only sense as it all.
Alright, so it appears that IGN has posted a Sonic Racing Crossworlds first preview video. 7 minutes talking about this game. So I figured, why not sit down, watch it, and just talk about it as we go on. Kind of give like a reaction. I don't really have the time to set up the webcam and stuff, but I just figured might as well do some sort of little reaction here. So without further ado, let's see what Sonic Racing Crossworlds has to offer.
Let's get the comparisons out of the way first. Sonic Racing Crossworlds feels closer to Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed era of games, as opposed to the more recent
Okay,
Sonic Racing.
First of all, yes. Yes. I hate Team Sonic Racing. If you know me, then you know that I hate Team Sonic Racing with a burning passion because of the way it feels. I hate the way it feels to like drive in Team Sonic Racing. And to say that this feels like the All-Stars Racing games is just perfect for me, especially Transform, because I love Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform. We do a bunch of streams on that, a bunch of videos on that here on the channel with the Iconics, so like I am super hyped up that they're fixing the one main issue I have with this game, among other issues that hopefully we'll get into later in this video.
But has taken advantage of the enhancements that Team Sonic Racing brought to the table.
Okay. I wonder what kind of enhancements those are. If they're enhancements, then they should be fine.
Instead, Crossworlds goes back
Ooh,
to
look at that!
format. Like
That's Metal Harbor, so we actually have some gameplay of Metal Harbor here.
Shortcuts and cart customization. However,
Ooh,
while it shares some
the cart
DNA,
changed
Sonic Racing
there.
Crossworlds evolves beyond what we've gotten from
You got the
Scout
tornado
and
item.
Predator. Now, one area that Crossworlds may come up short in compared to Team Sonic Racing is so
Seems there's a ghost item now.
Mode, but this was an early look, so that might be one of the many reveals that the team is saving for later.
The tricks are really fast, goddamn.
While many elements mimic its
And yeah, on a boat you can jump now.
Bounce off walls or home in on opponents, being the most one-to-one.
One thing I'll say is, I really hated that in Team Sonic Racing, and I could even say Transformed, they were reusing levels from the first All-Stars Racing game, and one that was constantly repeating was this Ocean Palace one. I don't actually, is the Ocean Palace one from the original All-Stars Racing? I'll have to fact check that, but I know that they used it again in Team Sonic Racing, and I was really worried that we'd get the same Ocean Palace again in Crossworlds, but it seems they completely changed the layout of Ocean Palace in Crossworlds.
One example to the shelves in Mario Kart, and the customizable car parts and wheels like we got.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, Knuckles' car here looks... I don't even know how to describe it. It's definitely not something Knuckles would normally be driving, so there must be a lot of different cars you can use. What I'm hoping is you can take characters and put them in any of the characters' carts, which I really think you can.
There is still enough here to help Crossworlds.
Ooh, okay, so there's the Crossworlds mechanic.
Games, such as the various Wisp power-ups, like
oh, that is so cool! I love that.
Away and defend you from incoming attacks. There were also magnets you could throw out as hazards, which pull enemies towards them if they get too close, and their ultimate rubber band item to help those in lower positions.
The items seem to be a lot more creative.
Into a massive monster truck, knocks enemies away, and allows you to drive over.
I'm pretty sure the Wisps are coming back, but the Wisps I think are going to be better. As you can see, there's a Wisp in the background actually right there. So the Wisps are going to be better than they were in Team Sonic Racing. But we don't just have Wisps as we saw the Tornado earlier. We're going to have a lot of a mix of older All-Stars Racing items, the items from Team Sonic Racing, just enhanced obviously, because I know the laser in Team Sonic Racing, it would kind of just shoot a laser from the front of your car. And now what the laser is going to do is just going to shoot you ahead. So it's going to be a lot more useful to winning a race. And we're also going to be getting just new items in general. So this is going to have like a crazy amount of items.
Sonic Racing Crossworlds is all about, well, crossing worlds, with each race
I love that.
into the traditional.
I love having secret rings levels.
Different thanks to the marquee Crossworlds mechanic.
I'm pretty sure we're having like 23 to 25 levels at launch. And I don't know if that includes the Crossworlds, but I know for sure we're going to have a lot of variety. As you can see, they took, I believe this is supposed to be that one level from All-Stars Racing Transform, but it wasn't based on any Sonic game, it was based on a different game. They kind of like fused that with Metal Harbor. I kind of like that, because I actually really do like that level from Transformed.
At the end of the first lap, whoever is leading the pack will determine which course the second lap will take.
Oh, that's going to be chaotic when it comes to streams and videos with the iconics.
Arrive at that point. The option for these are randomized and sometimes
I like the animations. If you saw there, look at Tails' like animation here. Hang on, see? He does like a pose there. I like them.
Sometimes one of the options itself is a randomizer, so not even the leader will know what to expect if they choose it. During my demo time, my second lap took me across stages themed with things like dinosaurs, pirates, or lava, where we spent most of the
I've been trying to figure out, there's a lot of, I think there's unique stages in this, because I don't know what this would be from. Oh, is this the core from Unleashed?
After drifting for only a split second.
I think this is the core from Unleashed, like the core of the planet.
And ruined Mario Kart DS. Thankfully, frenzy modifiers are random.
Oh, well, it is also in space. Never mind. It looks like it for a second.
So I'm not worried at all.
Maybe it's a fusion?
In Crossworlds. After finishing the second lap, another transport ring seamlessly sends players back to the original course, but with some minor but effective changes.
I like this
to the
course.
layout
Looks
in
fun.
Key areas. Courses like Metal Harbor evolve, where you have to drive around the outside of a rocket launch pad on lap 1, but on lap 3, the rocket is launched as it did in Sonic Adventure 2.
Ooh, so they're gonna do like the lap changing they did in Transformed.
As many air tricks as possible to gain
I love that.
considerable speed boost when landing on the opposite side. And
So,
that's just one example.
One thing that interests me is, in Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform, if you're in the air and you do like a bunch of tricks, you'll like get burnt out. Like you won't be able to get a boost from that because you did too many tricks. In this game, they are like encouraging you to do as many as possible, which actually is going to help me a lot.
Yeah. In another
What's
course
this?
with water segments, I
Hang on,
saw
what was
people
that?
landing on the opposite side, and that's just one example.
What item is that? That's obviously a ring, but it's like a red ring. I did actually have this idea one time where, like, when Crossworlds was announced, there was an idea where the item was a ring from the Sonic movies. You threw it in front of you, it kind of, like, went in front of the other player, a ring opened, they drove through it, and they kind of ended up behind you, which could end up, like, going against you, because if they have an item they can throw at you, they'll be right behind you because of yours, and I just thought that would be a really cool idea. This little ring here made me think of that. I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna do that? But it would make more sense if the ring was in front of them. The transform mechanic looks a little more seamless.
Crossworlds is also hiding shortcuts around the map, as well as shortcut rings.
And it seems you're going to be transforming a lot more than you're used to.
Me to another world. These secret rings are powerful shortcuts. They extended my lead in races or helped me catch up.
Wait, what?
These map as boxes with a higher chance of granting better items. Crossworlds is also hiding shortcuts around the map, as well as shortcut rings that activate on the final lap.
Shortcut rings.
Send me to another world. These secret rings are powerful.
A shortcut ring that temporarily sends you to another world? So in the third lap, you can go into a ring that only you or maybe one other person can go into. You end up on like a little different planet, a different world, to do like a shortcut, and then, oh my god, that's so freaking cool.
Powerful shortcuts, they extended my lead in races or helped me catch up, and made
this is going to be the best Sonic racing game.
Target me with their items. I don't know what forces were causing these rings to appear as I raced, but they were worth the effort of being ready to take them.
This
like
is
the
amazing.
Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform games, portions of laps or sometimes entire laps place you in a plane or boat instead of a car. All of these vehicles have a unique identity, and while they
the boats look a little easier to control now.
To help them stand out from one another. In addition to the standard drift mechanic you get in a car, when you transform into a boat, you have a charge mechanic that jumps it out of the water, giving another opportunity to perform air tricks for speed boosts, which can help you regain some speed after hitting a hazard or being tagged by an enemy's attack.
I like
While
that.
Planes offer more routes than the
There's a
other
lot of
vehicles,
creativity
they
in
do
this.
so only if you spot the alternate
The
paths,
plane looks a little
which can
difficult to
boost
control,
speeds
but
under
I
the
do
road
find
on
myself really
planet
good
where
at
you need to
controlling the
dodge
plane,
waves
so
of magma
maybe
to
I won't
maximize
have a
the
struggle with
planet.
that.
The variety of vehicles and paths gave me nostalgic notes of figuring out the best routes based on the vehicle I was in, like I did in Diddy Kong Racing from my Nintendo 64.
Oh, I love Diddy
But
Kong
with all the
Racing.
updates to the formula, you would
Yeah,
have
see,
fun
the
being
curve
able to
right here, this is definitely, this is 100% a fusion of that level from Transform mixed with Metal Harbor. I love that.
decades later. While I was playing, I spotted some incredible inclusions spanning multiple generations that longtime fans
they're kind of doing a Mario Kart thing where you can see, like, it just says Sonic Racing there. I get heavy Mario Kart vibes from seeing the logo there.
Fans of Sonic will be excited about. The roster of characters shown so far ranged from the expected heroes and regular all-stars Sonic,
Oh wow, the level
Tails,
looks
and
different.
Knuckles, to less frequently playable characters
Hang on.
like regular
That's really
all-stars.
nice. So the Ocean
Roster
Palace
characters
level is
shown so far
completely
ranged
different
from the
layout.
expected heroes and regular all-stars Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles.
I like that.
To less frequently playable characters like Cream, Omega, and even Zaz from Lost World. The rider you put
Zaz.
behind the wheel also has unique stats that will affect how they drive each car, and even rivals like Sonic and Shadow have similar yet different stats.
Okay, good. They're
Such as one having
differentiating
more
Sonic and
speed, while
Shadow.
The other having more power or boost. Vehicles fall into 4 classes: speed, acceleration, handling, and power. All of which
Okay.
have high stats in the matching category with the looks to match.
Handling is
You
really
can
nice to
quickly
have.
feel the change
So that's
in my
pretty
car
similar to
based on
Transform. I'm already used
when
to that.
racing in my power vehicle,
I
which
love that. The
also
ring is
looks
just
like a
there.
bulldozer, I felt thematically appropriate as I bullied other racers, all while stealing their rings and giving myself a speed boost thanks to some gadgets I had installed,
What?
which I will also get to in a bit. Characters and types of cars have the most significant impact on your vehicle's stats, which you can then modify by changing individual
like that.
car parts like the wheels.
So
and
yeah,
wheels.
it's very
This brings
similar
me
to
Shadow
the
and
one
Ghost in 3
from
of the
Transform,
vehicle
but
types, which worked well enough to
it's
where
like
I finished
changed
in
enough
first
for it's like a
place
new
for
level.
75% of my races and top 5 in all the rest, except
Man,
for
look
one
at all the
where I
tricks
fell
that were
from
done there. That was
50
crazy.
and caused me to miss a ramp and fall off the map in a final stretch of a race. We've all been there. Along with changing out of parts for stats, you can also deck out your car with decals.
God,
and change the colors
you
of
almost think they
exteriors
wouldn't
to
have
your heart's
landed that
content.
trick there.
Combining your character with car customization allows you to make your vehicle your own. The last bit of customization comes from another mechanic called the Gadget Panel. It's a powerful tool for changing how people race, granting abilities like an increased chance of getting certain items, adding a 4th level to the drift boost gauge, or granting you rings for performing specific actions. Every ability costs anywhere from 1 to 3 slots, and your panel to install them consists of 2 rows of 3 for a
Okay.
maximum of 6
So like the
slots.
customization in
It
this
started
game
with
goes
2 slots,
hard.
But after a few hours of racing, I increased this to 5, giving me more options to slot in new abilities that change
Did
how
his
hard
car
racing.
just
I
get
increased this
cut?
to 5, giving me
Wow,
more
so that
options to
item
slot in new
cuts your
abilities that
car.
change how I approach
That's
races.
crazy.
Early on, I had opted
What
for
happened
an
to the track
more
there?
options to slot in new abilities that
What
changed
the
how
hell
I
happened to the
approach
track?
races. Early on, I had opted for an ability that allowed me to grab rings from a greater range, which took up a single slot, but later on I swapped to a pair of 2-slot abilities that would give me a boost when colliding with other racers while also stealing 10 rings from them.
I love how
allowing
this
me
is
to
a
my
fusion
top
of
speed
that
sooner, and also
Transform
slowing
level
my
in Middle
competition.
Harbor.
Fortunately for my competitors and unfortunately for me, they caught on to my antics thanks to the ability to see other racers' builds before a race, and shortly after implementing that strategy, nearly
So this is
everyone
the
else found
online
it, turning our
test.
races
This
into
is
chaos
footage
with
of that
a 12
online
player
test.
game of bumper cars. Needless to say, this was a ton of
I hope I
fun
get
as
in
we all
that.
kept trying to ram into each other to get out in front of the pack. Even though it was just a short test drive with my favorite hedgehogs and friends, I am eager to see what else hasn't yet been revealed. The racing felt snappy and responsive, and each car
Snappy and
customization
responsive, that's
operated as I
good.
expected. I felt like a superstar hitting enemies with well-timed items I unleashed, and the new Crossworlds mechanic was a blast, allowing me to learn courses while keeping each race feeling fresh, as I never knew what to expect on the second lap of every race. There's a lot more left to learn about Sonic's latest racer, but so far, so good. For more on Sonic Racing Crossworlds, don't miss the announcement trailer.
Dude,
and
I
for more
am
on
so
Sonic games and reviews,
freaking
really
hyped.
fast, right on over to IGN.
And wow, go figure, IGN footage that wasn't the worst. But hey, it's a racing game, how can they go wrong? Alright, well, I guess, I'll get a little bit of my thoughts out. I think this game is going to be the best Sonic racing game. You know, let me rephrase that. This is going to be the best Sonic kart racing game. It's going to be the natural evolution of Transformed, what Team Sonic Racing should have been from the very start. And the fact that they're introducing Extreme Gear in there as well is just amazing, because, you know, it's going to feel like you're playing a Riders game. Though, I guess this kind of confirms that we won't be getting another Riders game, but at least we can kind of, like... In my mind, at least, I'm considering this somewhat of a Riders game, because I get to ride on the Extreme Gear, and what I'm hoping is you can ride on Extreme Gear with every character. One thing that interests me is there was absolutely no footage of the Extreme Gear inside of this, so there must be something they're trying to hide. Maybe the Extreme Gear does add something more. I'm kind of thinking it's just going to control like the cars. You're not really going to be able to do much. You're going to have the natural boost, air tricks, and I know that the hoverboards are going to be more boost orientated, where it's like you have to boost or else you're going to lose your speed. So I think the hoverboards are going to play a little bit differently than the cars, but won't really feel like you're playing Sonic Riders. But, I mean, we'll have to see. I think it's going to be amazing no matter what. I'm really hyped to play this. I'm hyped to play this with my friends, and I'm hyped to continue making content on this. So, with that all said and done, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you never miss any future videos. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.